It's Dark Phoenix. I'm going to be reviewing Resident Evil 3 Remake. I just beat it. It was roughly about a 7-hour stream playing Resident Evil 3 Remake. I've been watching a lot of reviews on it before the game came out with minimal spoilers. Granted, it's a remake of a game we all played, but that's not something that you really want to have. You know, you still don't want to be spoiled. You know, you want to be essentially like, you want to be, you still want to be kept in the surprise of things. So what I want to talk about is what I thought about it, whether some of the criticisms of it were right or wrong, and maybe get some. Okay, that's fine. First off, I want to talk about the story. The story was great. The story was really fun. One thing that I read that I saw people were complaining about was the length of the game. And while somebody like me, I love to savor my games. That's first off. First and foremost, I'm a game saver. I love to savor the experience. And it took me roughly like 6-7 hours. It said it was 5, but I was goofing off on stream, so that's fine, whatever. Resident Evil games aren't really based on like their length. Like, you're not going to be playing a Resident Evil game for the sake of like, like you would play like The Witcher or like Persona 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2, and you're not gonna be like, oh, this game is so many hours long, like, no, you don't. That's not why we play Resident Evil. So was the game short? It didn't feel short. It definitely had parts where they kind of, dragged you down, but in a good way. So the game length is not something that I feel is a deal breaker. Do I feel like it was worth 60? Maybe not. This seems more like it should be more like 50. This feels like a 50 game, but Nemesis was done really well. Nemesis was essentially what he was in the original. He was a big hulking tyrant that chased you around. He had a lot of arsenal. A lot of people were saying how OP he was, but he's only OP once you don't understand him. Once you understand Nemesis, then he's pretty much nothing. You shoot the thing on his chest, and you get your good shots in, and that's how you defeat him. He's defeatable. He's not like Mr. X. You defeat Nemesis for a little bit. He gets down on one knee. He drops you a supply crate with weapon upgrades, and that's essentially that. And once you go further onto the game, he becomes less of more like a frightening experience and more of something like, shit, I gotta shoot this thing before it gets me. Like, he's no walk in the park because he ain't no bitch. That's just something that he is not. And so I thought Nemesis was really well done. I played on standard. I don't even want to know what he'd be capable of on Nightmare or something horrible like that. So I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed going through Raccoon City. I do wish there was a little more of Raccoon City, but I'm guessing they wanted to take the short and sweet approach. There are definitely new boss battles. There's new things in this game that aren't in the original. One of Jill's classic lines is said early in the game, and it really would have made more sense to put it at the end, but that's totally fine. That's not something that I'm like, oh my god, it's a deal breaker. Like, I hate this game. No. I loved this experience, and I really did enjoy this game. I'm indifferent because I've seen some of the complaints, and while I do agree with some, I have to agree less with them because I was watching this one review, and I hate when people review games they know nothing about from a series they don't play. Why would you review a series based on a game you don't know? I only want to play and review games that I genuinely have a background in. I've been a Resident Evil fan since 4, and I went back and played all the originals and all that stuff. So, do I wish there was more Raccoon City? Yes. Do I wish that there was more incentive to explore the city? Like, you have your A and B path. A is your main story. B is like a little side thing you can do. I kind of wish they would have done more of that. I wish it was more like contained open world. Nothing like The Witcher. Nothing like you can go all over this place, because there's still zombies everywhere. But a little bit of more things, but that's just me being nitpicky, and I'm really not having a lot of things to complain about this game. And I'm not cutting I'm not cutting Capcom slack in the slightest. We as a community have to be on Capcom's ass again. because when Capcom does really well, when they do really well, they seep back into their old ways. I've been with Capcom for a really long time. They're like one of my favorite video game companies. They make some of my favorite games of all time. And what we have to make them understand is, yeah, you do great, but when you do great, they'll start doing dumb shit. So we can't let them go back and do dumb shit. So I just want people to know that this game was really great. This game was really fun. I want to give it an 8. I was going to give it a 7.5 before I played it, but now playing the game and experiencing it and playing it firsthand today, I beat it in one stream. That usually never happens. So me beating it in one stream, that was something monumental. But I enjoyed the game. I want to give it an 8. If you want to pick it up now, you are more than welcome to. If you want to wait for it to be on sale, you are more than welcome to. The choice is definitely yours. I would definitely recommend this game regardless, though. This game was very fun. Jill and Carlos got some really cool moments in. Carlos's campaign was fun. I do wish he got to do a little bit more, but he did enough, you know, so they were pretty even. The complaints about the story length really make me wonder if there was some story bits on the chopping block that they really had to get rid of because the game would have dragged on. You don't want your Resident Evil games to drag on, you know, unless you have a genuine story for it. And essentially, Resident Evil 3 was just a short game in general. So they pumped out Resident Evil 3 because of the success of Resident Evil 2. You know, this game is technically a sequel, prequel, spin-off to Resident Evil 2. So this essentially is Resident Evil 2.5. Code Veronica is the true Resident Evil 3. So what they did with Resident Evil 3 originally was they just pumped out a game, made it more action-based, and because Jill's a seasoned cop, she's not Leon and Claire. She's not a day one cop and a girl whose brother taught her how to shoot. She's a seasoned veteran. We played with her in Resident Evil, so we know what she's capable of, and we know that she's a skilled veteran. That's why they brought back the dodge mechanic, which is thankfully easier to do in this game than it was in the original. So I did love playing this game. The length didn't really bother me at all. I'm gonna be replaying it. I really hope that they bring that. In Resident Evil 2, there was this $5 pack where you could unlock all the unlockables, and I really hope Capcom brings that back, because I'm not trying to be doing all this perfect shit and all that stuff or whatever. But all in all, I give the game an 8. I had a lot of fun. It was a really fun stream, and it's really fun to play. But what did you guys think about it? Comment down below and let me know. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All my links are down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for all you do for me. And always remember that through good times and bad times, remember to geek out and enjoy your lives. And I'll catch you guys next time for another great video.